almost everything we've done has never been done before. But yes, for the ideas, this is just one of many ways to get like inspired to come up with the idea. And so for the $1 verses, the thing is, we've all seen BuzzFeed did it, but also not only did BuzzFeed, but it's just like people across every format on YouTube, beauty channels, gaming channels, everyone was doing videos where they'd compare something cheap to something expensive. And they usually did well. And what I like to do is if I see something going viral across like multiple, formats all across YouTube, then it's like, okay, that seems to be something people really like. And, they're really interested in that content. So maybe I should just do that like in a really beast way on the channel. So like if a beauty channel does $1 versus $100 makeup palette and that pops off, and then someone does $1 versus $100 sushi and that pops off, and a video gamer does $1 or $100 computer versus a $10,000 computer, then it's like, okay, people seem to like this. I'm going to do a $1 hotel versus $1 million hotel, and it works. When I try to think of like one of the most, can't think of another word than OP. It means overpowered if you're not a gamer. Sometimes I say that and people like look at me weird. Tools is like to help you brainstorm ideas, because I think that's one of our bread and butters. And one of the best ways to brainstorm tools, I thought, would be to give you access to outliers, which is like you said, it's essentially like if videos do, it basically shows you every video on YouTube that performs multiples better than the average on that channel. So like if a person's getting 1 million views a video and then they upload a video and it gets 5 million views, well, why did that video do 5 times better? And like we just give you a collection of videos like that performed really well, so you can brainstorm based off of it. So hopefully you can also have outliers. Honestly, one of my earliest ideas was like buying a car with pennies, and but this is maybe even before we started like tracking data. And I just saw someone bought Gucci with pennies, and I was like, oh, that seemed to work. Let me go buy a car with pennies. So honestly, throughout the last 6 years, it's been a big just way for me to brainstorm. But it's hard though, because I don't want people to don't like see an outlier and just do the exact video. You always have to take it and ideally put a spin on it, a twist on it, do it your own way. Because if you just recreate what's already there, well, it's already popped off. Like it's not going to work. But if you use it as inspiration, which is what I want to get across, and then you creatively come up with your own version, that's where they work, right? Because a lot of me and Ryan might sometimes do similar videos. I'm not even saying he's copied, but like Ryan and I could, like, I will go visit hotel rooms, $1 versus. Ryan will go visit scary Airbnbs, and it doesn't feel the same, right? That's like, and that's the thing. Like Ryan has his own voice. He's quirky, and he's just like, let scenes breathe more and blah blah. And that's like Ryan's style. And then our style is like a little bit quicker and just show you cool things and spending more money and making it epic. And so yeah, that's. Not that he's copying us, but in general, that would be like doing it with taste. And then the copy and paste is, there are tons of other people who after our hotel video just went, literally, sometimes hit the same hotels, same thing, use my same text on screen, speak like me, act like me, use my cuts, use the same timing, pacing. And it's like, be more like Ryan, invent your own style. We need more people like that. We need less people that just look at Ryan, look at me and other big creators and just, literally copy and paste. Like, if people wanted to watch my style video, they'll just watch my video. We don't need someone else doing my videos with lower budget and less effort. It's like we need people doing their own version of it with their own unique spin and taste. We try to react to the most viral stuff because obviously if it went viral, then people like it. You know what I mean? And like in this instance, it might not be as analytical as it seems. I mean, the video we reacted to is I strapped a GoPro on a fish. I mean, you don't need data to tell you that's fucking cool. I mean, they put a GoPro on a fish, and it's also. It's that, and it's also like we have to make good content. So it has to be things me and Chris were interested in, and so that's checks the box. Chris and Jimmy would like make good content reacting to it. It's cool, and then it's also an outlier that would perform. Same thing with the watermelon, like the world's fastest cutting of a watermelon. Like that's just very interesting. So because I don't want people to get so analytical that they forget about content. Because it's a yin and a yang. Because one of the biggest things also people forget too is like whether or not people click on your video. A huge factor is their experience with your last video. And so if they've watched 5 of your videos and they didn't enjoy it, it doesn't matter what your title and thumbnail is. They're going to see a Ryan Trahan or a Mark Rober video and your video. And they'll be like, the last 5 times I clicked on your video, the last 5 times I clicked on Ryan, I enjoyed it. I laughed. I had a good time. It was a vibe. They're going to click on Ryan. Get fucked. It's like, you have to, I would say it's like focus, like, and the pendulum, focus more on content than you do clickbait, but don't ever let it swing too far because it still does matter, if that makes sense. $1 versus, that crushed. I think in like the last 365 days, I think Plane Ticket is like the most viewed video on all of YouTube. That's not an ad or something close like that. And so for the $1 versus, I have the opposite problem. I think we might have stopped at like one video too early. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy crap! Yeah, we did 8 of them, but they were really spread out over a year. People really liked it. Like, and it's something anyone can understand. Whether you're 10 or you're 50, watching us drive a $1 car all the way up to $100 million car is just sick. You know what I mean? And that was also a lot of fun. Yeah. So yeah, I try to end because if you do a series long enough, it's like exciting, then it's not really exciting, and then if you keep doing it, it becomes kind of lame and people churn out. I try to kind of stop here before it loses excitement. So I try to stop series early before people have to tell me to stop them. I like to, because if not, then you just become known for that. So I like to always keep things fresh and keep changing it up. I think that though is one of the few ones where I kind of wish I did 1 or 2 more, because that was. It's crazy. I mean, these are averaging 250, 300 million views, every single one of them. And the retentions are great. People love them. So, whoops. Yeah, the tournament ones, people love those. And, we just had our first 40-minute video, which that was a fun test. Yeah. That video's doing really well. And the beauty of tournament, which one thing I'm really trying to get better at, is storytelling. And it's kind of hard to storytell when it's just me and the boys, but with this, we have a lot of characters in the video, and that's one thing I want to really become world class at over the next 5 years, is building characters throughout the videos. And so, working on the storytelling. I mean, blah blah. You kind of get the same thing with the survival one, Survive 100 Days. Yeah. I mean, that's why people like it. Yes, the environment we put them in is cool, but also getting to know the contestant. And now that we've gotten better at telling the contestant's story and letting them show emotion, those videos crushed. Yeah, you hit it on the head. The thing is, unscripted shows like ours, that's where character development is hard. And people don't understand, because people always, so years ago, I was just god awful at it. And, if you ever told me I was bad at storytelling, you were correct. And I'm glad everyone beat me on the head and be like, tell better stories. Now, the past year, we've been really trying. Somebody who's ages 1 through 100, we hit it. I mean, if you look at the TikTok clips on it, people loved it. People loved, 42, 58. It was awesome. And then other videos, we're still improving and getting better. Like the Protect series. I feel like we didn't dive deep enough in the characters. Do you even know the name of the guy from the newest video?
No, not from
exactly. So we didn't, so that, which is something I'm working on. The thing is, I everything I've ever done is on YouTube. So it's not like I'm some filmmaker with 30 years of experience bringing it over. I'm learning in real time. So I want to be a great storyteller, but you have to fail a bunch, and just, my failures are watched by a lot of people. So I'm learning in real time in front of everyone. For these kinds of videos, you can't, right? You can't script them. And so that video, ages 1 through 100, or 40-minute video, had more cameras recording than any other production in history. Right? I think I tweeted that. Yeah. There's never, you can't find a movie or show or anything that's ever had 300 cameras simultaneously recording like that. And so that's the thing. We had, there's 100 cubes. So we put a main cam in the cube, and then we put one they can talk to, or so a wide shot, and then a shot on them. So that's 200 cameras. And then we had all the wide shots all around the studio and all the cameras we were recording with. And so the answer is you just film everything, and it's brutal. And most people can't do that because it's I think we had petabytes worth of footage. I mean, it would have taken a single human 5 lifetimes to watch all the footage we had. And so, but that's where, for these bigger videos, we'll have 50 or 60 editors ready to chop down the footage. We take we'll have 3 or 4 storytime editors that are just listening to everything and just writing down notes to make the editors' lives easier. And then, we just go, the crazy part is though, right? If you, for that video, I don't usually talk about this stuff publicly, but you're asking how do we prepare to get a better story? A lot of it's in the tech, because to record 300 cameras for days, you need to even house that much footage, you need a giant server. So in our other studio, I'll show you when we go over there, we have a multi-million-dollar server rack and everything that our editors can remote into to actually edit the footage. Because if you tried to put all the footage for that video on hard drives and ship it to one editor, it would cost $70,000. So if I were to try to give 50 editors all the footage on that video to edit it down, it would literally be millions of dollars in just hard drives just to get it to them. And it would take forever to copy all the footage and everything. It'd be impossible. It'd take you a full year to edit that video, whereas we edit and upload in a month, right, or less. And so for that, we also have to build out a server room that everyone can remote into, edit off of one central place. So then all the footage is there, and I don't have to spend $4 million shipping hard drives out just for one single video. Wow. And so it's a lot of that stuff, which other people don't do, so they're not able to actually record that many cameras. And that's where the hard part is. If you don't have that kind of coverage, then you do have to be a little more scripted, because, a normal person, our production company, or someone who doesn't, take it as seriously as we do, they would just be all right, this 24-hour period, we're going to film in this 1 hour window. We're going to roll with these 10 cameras. You're going to say this. You're going to say that. You're going to say this. This is your character, and you're going to do this. And then they'd be like, cool, we got all the shots. We'll see you in 23 hours for the next challenge. Whereas for us, it's just like, all right, over the next 24 hours, do what you want. We're capturing it all. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of the difference. And no one shoots these kinds of shows like we do. Yeah. Half of that's like the most brutal part of what we do is like managing the footage and like getting it where it's actually a video. I mean, we're literally sometimes chopping down it's crazy, like hundreds of years worth of footage down into a 20-minute video. Yeah. To be specific, you're in a church. So when I first started, there's just no warehouses or studios in Greenville, North Carolina. Yeah. So there are a lot of churches, though. We're in the Bible Belt. Yeah. So I bought a church, and then we converted it by just basically taking all the pews out and just converted it into a studio. And so that's where we started filming. But the problem is, it's not that big. So eventually we had to move, as our videos got bigger, over to a new studio we built. And so we just converted this into the thumbnail place. And so this is one of our 4 thumbnail rooms.